in beautiful Harrisonburg, Virginia, Bridgeport Stadium. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day. It's the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers and the James Madison Dukes. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to Hollywood with the latest on the weather.
It is a beautiful day, but I can tell you it is very cold down here on the field. I see a lot of players putting their hands by the heaters. There's a lot of heaters set up here on the sideline. We'll see how that impacts the game. Keep you posted from down here on the field. Guys?
We'll see if they can handle the weather in this game. Chanticleers ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Dukes offense will go on the attack first. And here comes Camden Coleman. This offense is going to be productive. He will have to play well in this one. Handoff to the lone back. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Motion from the back. Looking downfield. It's Coleman. Takes the easy completion. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
I like the play call on offense. I like you trying to get the running back involved in the pass game, too. Defense was ready for that one. Let's see what you've got dialed up on third.
Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon. Neutral zone infraction. Defense a little too anxious there. Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. Makes the grab. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the first down. That can be a momentum builder to convert your first 3rd down and also get your quarterback in a rhythm throwing the slant.
Yeah, it's so nice. You always want to do that. You want to start the game in a good rhythm, get your quarterback comfortable. Slants are easy, timing routes, get a first down. Now maybe open it up even more.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Give to the running back. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run. They'll snap it from the 48 on 3rd and short. Keeps it himself. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. The Dukes are marching down the field. They'll move the tight end. Selling the run, but he wants to throw it. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Left side is Keller. Runs through a man, and he might have some space. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. And the Dukes in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Breaks into the open. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. The Dukes have pushed it inside the 20. Looking to pass inside the red zone. It's a fumble. Quickly gets back on top of it and prevents a turnover.
Doesn't it always seem like that ball is on the ground for like 30 seconds? You got 17 guys running at it in slow motion. Like, I got to get the football. Offense, very lucky to get that football back.
Cash in on this drive. And the Dukes pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. They'll ride the hot hand. They'll wrestle him down at the 4-yard line after that run. Going to work on second down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Looking downfield, it's Coleman. Caught, and he will score! Touchdown, Dukes!
Well, they wanted to turn the page after losing their last game, so how about you come out in this one? On the opening drive, you march the field 75 yards and put 6 on the board. You can't start a game better than that.
On the move from inside his 5. And he'll be stopped. Return gets it out across the 25, stopped at the 26. So Coastal Carolina's offense gets to come out for its first possession of the game. And you've got to believe this defense has put in extra time to try to slow down this tight end, David. But the question, can they even stop him?
It's one thing to watch it. It's another thing to stop it. And just impressed with the way they move him around. They use him. Sometimes he blocks. Sometimes he's a wide receiver. Like sometimes he's a lineman. Sometimes he's a wide receiver. So tough to figure out where he's going to be to double team him. But I bet he's got the attention of this defense, Jesse.
He does for sure, and because of that, David, I think it's going to open up some opportunities for maybe some of the other guys out wide. If you've got 2 guys covering the tight end as a quarterback, you've got to be ready to throw the football somewhere else sometimes. So you might see a little bit more balance in the passing attack today.
And he drops it, just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
And I thought it was those catches to get this offense in a rhythm, to stay ahead of schedule.
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Here comes the Dukes offense, and we'll see what they have schemed up. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Give to the single back. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run.
And I'm not surprised, right? Like, they go to him again. Last drive, he did an unbelievable job. And if I'm this defense, just keep honing in, right? Like, making sure he has to earn it. Making sure a lot of people get near him. Continue to hit this running back. Try to slow him down and cool him off.
The Dukes have it with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Knocked down in the backfield, 2 yards behind the line. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Looking to throw, it's Coleman. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Dukes! Middle of the end zone, he's got it!
They know what their defensive coverage was either. How do you leave that big guy open down here in the red zone? You know the quarterback loves the big tight ends in this area. Really poor job by the defense.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. Coastal Carolina has it. The Chanticleer offense headed back to the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it. Hit and drop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
What a great play by the linebacker. You talk about filling a hole. Defensive line does their jobs. He comes in the hole and says, sit down, sir.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. From the gun, looking for a man. Firing to the right, complete. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
Defense has their hands full with this one. I know he's not the biggest guy playing the running back position right now, but they know he's going to be catching it too, and they're going to have to bring this guy down in space. In the passing game, they better make sure they get a lot of hats to the football. They've got their hands full.
He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45.
When you can run routes like this big guy, you can line him up in the slot. You can give him some extra space to work and just let him find the open holes over the middle of the field. It's a good idea to line him up in different spots to help him out, but he's a big part of this passing game. You saw why there.
Tackled behind the line, and he'll lose one on the play.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten smaller. They got to play in space more, cover fast guys out on the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a physical tackle in the hole?
Rolling right and going deep. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Keeps it himself. Now the toss. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
How about that, man? Third and long. You know what I'm going to run? Let's see. Long pass, go route. No, we're going to run the option and try to catch him off guard. And I think they do a little bit, but the defense does a nice job rallying and getting to the play and getting to the pitch man before he gets to the sticks.
He's got enough, and they roll the dice on fourth down, and they keep the drive alive. We've come to the break, and James Madison is on top. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Back to throw, it's Bailey. Setting up the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short game there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. They'll move the wide receiver. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Washington. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. Now the toss. He was fighting his way toward those sticks, but they'll stop him a couple of yards short.
And I like what this offense did. They run the option. They're good at it. They read it. They run the pitch. They get some positive yards. But more importantly, they set up a 4th and really short. They're successful in these situations most of the time.
He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going.
Well, if you were wondering whether or not this coaching staff believes in their offensive line, you now have your answer, because that's now the 2nd time on the drive. They went for it on 4th down and then got it by handing it off.
Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive yards.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Here comes the heat. He's sacked. This defense all over it.
Man, this defense is dominating all game long. They have been making this quarterback's life so difficult with their pass rush. They bring him down there for the sack. They're not giving anything up. They're leading this game by a lot. We're only in the 2nd quarter, and this ain't going to change unless this offense can find a rhythm.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Recovers the fumble, and he's still going. A big 3rd down stop by this defense, but they are still in field goal range. It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. Not a particularly long kick from 36 yards out, but he'll have to guide it in from the left hash. Splits the uprights. Good. Now the lead is down to 11.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He'll bring it out. It's Scott. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Guys, James Madison ready to go back on the attack. They've come out smoking with touchdowns on each of their first 2 drives, and they're back to work now. Handoff to the lone back. Not much there. They'll give him 1 to the 14. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Handoff again. And they get to him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 2.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. He bounced that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Firing deep. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge game. He'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. He only needs a sliver of daylight, and the returner is stopped. The Chanticleers now ready to go on offense. It has been a huge struggle so far for this guy. He just hasn't been able to get into any type of rhythm. They just haven't found any rhythm whatsoever in the passing game. It has cost them on the scoreboard. They'll have to come from behind, and they'd love to get something going here. Now the offense wants to make sure everything's straightened out, and they call their first timeout. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Handoff from the gun. Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup. All right, guys, let's talk a little Coastal Carolina. They've climbed into the top 25. Nothing has been given to these guys, but they're quickly becoming a problem for everybody else.
Well, they are, and they earned that number beside their name. They've played really, really well. The question is now, can you keep it? David, how many times in the past have we seen a team outside the top 25 finally get ranked and then get blown out the very next week?
And there's not a lot of difference between 25 and 45. A lot of times, so many people close together. So earn that ranking and try to keep climbing.
They're down to the 35 on 1st and 10. Back to throw, it's Bailey. It's dropped after taking the hit. Let's take a step back, talk big picture Coastal Carolina. Recruiting starting to pick up a little bit for them, Jesse. I'm sure you saw they got a 3-star quarterback last week. And for a program like this, that can be a great building block.
That was a massive win for them. There were so many bigger programs after this guy, and yet he ended up here.
Caught, and he's got room. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
This offense has been sluggish to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10. To the 10. They bring him down, the option run to perfection, and it will move the chains. And the Chanticleers trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. In the red area, it's Edwards. And he'll finish the run and the end zone. Touchdown, Coastal Carolina. Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, they cut the lead to 14-10. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And he got into the house from the 6 to finish it. Fielded in the end zone, it's Scott. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Tells the run, wants to pass. Working that left side now. He's down right there, short gain on the grab. They'll need a bunch on second down. Wide receiver comes in motion. They're going back to the ground. Turning it on. A little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. It's out for the first down play, and they're going to call a timeout and talk it over instead. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36.
I like this idea by the offense going hurry up here. You just had a very nice run. Let's get back up to the line of scrimmage and go fast.
A strike downfield. They bring him down, but it'll be first down at the 42. The Dukes racing to the line in the hurry up.
If you're going to complete these in-breaking routes over the middle of the field, it's really important as a quarterback you don't stare the guy down and tip off where you're throwing the football. He's trying to freeze the safeties in this defense and then throws it on time. Accurate throw, nice pitch and catch.
Timeout taken by the offense. It's their second. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Second and long here. To the air, it's Coleman. Short throw to the sideline, picks up just a little.
I mean, what great athletic ability to toe tap the sidelines and keep them in bounds. What a 1-yard gain.
Third and long right here. From the gun, wants to pass. Working the big fella to the corner. Run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that's where this offense will go back to work. And the Dukes go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Makes the grab. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. And here on second down, they'll send out the field goal unit to try to get 3 before the break. And as a holder picks his spot, it'll be a 25-yard attempt. Never a doubt. Now up by 7 points here in the second.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
And he takes this from inside the 5. They make the stop on the return, and that is priority 1. You don't want some big return to give up a cheap touchdown on the final play of the half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. He'll put total leather and get this second half started. The returner will field it and bring it back. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. What do you got on the sideline, Holly?
Hey, guys, Coastal Carolina's head coach told me at the half they have found a lot of positive momentum here during this winning streak, but it is in jeopardy right now. He said this is the moment we have to come out and assert ourselves and be dominant to start the third quarter, gain some momentum here, and change the course of this game. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. This offense is feeling itself right now, and momentum's coming along with them. Got enough for the first down. They'll get him down at the 48 after the 15-yard gain.
Well, you wonder if one of the adjustments they made at halftime, trailing in this game, was to try and get the ground game established, David, and they're off to a good start here.
Dang right. Stay patient. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to press. Just try to get scoring drives together. Don't abandon the run.
I don't know, man. If I'm on defense here and I'm watching the way my D-line's getting manhandled, I might have to put more guys in the box. I might have to sacrifice a safety and try to get more hats close to the line of scrimmage to slow this running back down, because the RPO game's been a problem.
Timed that hit perfectly to keep him from making the grab. It'll be third down.
Well, another incompletion, and you can see the frustration building, but you got to give the defense credit. They came into this one knowing no one was giving them a shot because of their record, because of what their stats are on paper, but they're playing better football. They're playing with better effort, and right now they're making the most plays.
And he's He's knocked down, but not before he picks up enough for the first down.
Well, this is an offense that has a lot of speed, and they have different guys they would love to get the football to in space, and they can find a lot of different ways to do that. I love the idea of going option here and trusting your quarterback to make the right read. If no one accounts for the pitch, man, he's going to get it to the outside.
Snags it, and there's running room.
Man, the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, they've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is at all times.
Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line.
And this defense, man, they've got to find some answers. They've been less physical than the offense. They've owned the line of scrimmage. They're running the football, putting a drive together. All right, now in the red zone, field shrinking. How do they handle this situation? Bring more bodies, be more physical, be more aggressive.
They'll run it in the red zone. It's Edwards. Defense there to stop him after he picked up a yard. Ball's at the 17.
Winning first down is such a big deal on defense, like getting them into more predictable situations, more passing situations. Nice job not giving up a lot of run after contact on that first down.
He'll keep it on second down. Oh, they've got him in the backfield. A disaster on that one and a loss of 6.
Really good job by this defense, understanding responsibility football, playing the first option, playing the second option. There was absolutely nowhere to go. Nice job being dialed in exactly where the ball was going and how to get him to the ground.
A likely touchdown-saving tackle, but the catch and run takes it down to the 7.
And the defense has to be kicking themselves for allowing a first down there. You're just maybe going to give them a few yards and let them set up for a field goal. Instead, you let...
Oh, there's a loose football on the bad pitch. How in the world did the offense retain possession?
Woo. Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to find its way to the goal line. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
And this defense sold out for the run. I love it. Physical, downhill, second and goal. Nice job getting the stop, forcing the third down.
It's third and goal and a long way from the end zone. Makes a grab into the end zone. Touchdown, Coastal.
Well, they came into this one as the favorite, obviously, and they looked like they were sleepwalking in that first half. Whatever adjustments they made in the second half, I think one thing's pretty simple. David, they remembered who they were. Offensively now, they've come out. They've been electrifying. They've been lighting up the scoreboard defensively, getting the football back. This was the team we thought we were going to see at the very start of the game.
Man, it's so hard week to week, man. So many challenges, injuries, all the things that come with it, and getting guys motivated, right? Like sometimes they just don't have that energy. Good to see them come out after the half with the energy, with the urgency. This is the squad we thought we were going to see.
Sweet cut there. He's got enough. Oh, he's got some space. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
And busting big runs like this, we always talk about the running backs, but it's the big boys up front, paving their lanes, those receivers gluing on those DBs that make these plays really go for big yardage.
And how about those receivers? Not just the glamour of catching passes, but doing some dirty work, too.
No doubt. When they get on those guys in the second level and get on those DBs, that's when you break those big, long runs.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense pressuring the quarterback.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Stop right there. They'll have to push the ball down the field here on third and long.
Here we go. Ready? Go!
Keep it on the ground. Drag down right at the line of scrimmage, and it'll be fourth down. Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. He's already made one field goal, but this one is going to need a big leg. A 50-yard attempt coming. Absolutely perfect. And with that field goal, they now have the lead.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on 4th down so much easier. Just strut him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Crosses the 30 to the 31, a 6-yard gain.
And we talked about this guy coming in the game, man. He's a dude. Like, he's a guy that they're going to feature, they're going to give the football to. He's so good with the ball in his hand, so why would you not hand it to him as much as possible? They're doing it early, and he's getting some chunk yardage. This defense, they knew about him, but now they're finding out about him.
6-yard pickup on 1st down, leaves him with 2nd and 4. Timed it perfectly to knock it free and forces the 3rd down.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
Big 3rd down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. Rush right in his face. Out wide right, it's Courtney. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line.
And you talk about just being a pain in the butt. This guy, he can just scramble, move, throw it on the run, and his ability to extend the play was the reason for the conversion right there, Paul.
Yeah, and David, I like the idea that he kept his eyes down the field, right? With his speed, there's a lot of guys in his position that would have just taken off and tried to go get it with their legs, but he gave the play a chance. He allowed the routes to develop and let everybody work the scramble drill to find a big-time completion.
I don't know that there's a harder position in football to play than cornerback. You know, all the space in the game, the speed of the game, the big bodies out wide. But to be able to break on those short passes and be an open field tackler like that and give up no yards and protect deep, that's a nice job by the corner.
One final quarter to play and a W in the win column at stake as we open the 4th. Final period starts with a 2nd down play. Trying to get the corner. Now the pitch. He'll move it ahead and a good productive play on the ground.
Positive plays. That's all you're looking for here in the option game. Not everything is going to be a 70-yard touchdown run, obviously, but if you can pick up positive yardage like that and the quarterback makes good decisions, pitching it out when no one's accounting for the pitch.
Makes the grab in their space. That'll be enough for the 1st down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line. The shot that clears are moving quickly down the field. They're going to run it. Got the 1st down. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain.
1st down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
And the shot that clears back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. They're going to ride this running back. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Moves the pocket. It's Bailey. They'll run the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time.
I don't love the play call at this juncture in the game. You're down. You've got to take shots. The defense is not going to be blitzing, so these screens probably aren't going to work.
And guys, they've come through on the first 2 3rd down tries. This one might be a little tougher. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. touchdown, Chanticleer. And with that, they move out front here in the fourth. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. So that was a 10-play, 75-yard drive. And the capper, a 19-yard toss for the touchdown. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to ready to get this drive going. Snaps it, they'll throw to start the drive. Can't hold on in the face of the contact.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
Back to pass on second down. Lets it fly. He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it, and what a time that would have been for their first pick of the game.
And man, did the defense just miss an opportunity that they could have turned the lights out with the lead, get the football back here, missed opportunity. Maybe this offense now can take advantage and swing some momentum in this football game.
Certain moments in the game you know are just a little bit bigger. Here's one of them. Big play coming on 3rd and long. Fires to the tight end. He stopped right at the 31-yard line. That's not enough for a first down. It'll be 4th. The Dukes will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Looking for room. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Coastal Carolina takes over, and here comes the offense. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt, find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute, build this lead a little bit bigger, put this thing away in the 4th quarter.
Whistle sounds, but they get the timeout call just before the delay of game. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. To throw, it's Bailey. Stepping to the right. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Fires to the tight end. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down.
And this offense, you can tell, just still feeling confident. Like, they have the lead. It's the 4th quarter. First down, that's not a running play. That's a passing play. They're really in a rhythm, feeling good about themselves.
Give him 9 on that one. Sets up a 2nd and 1. The defense uses a timeout. That's their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. The Chanticleers can really attack on this 2nd and short. The give as they work on that clock. They pull him down, but he's got enough, and it'll be a first down for this offense. And after that run, there is a player still down on the field. And the Chanticleers will snap it on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Alexander. Trying to save time on defense, they use their 2nd timeout. They've got 1 timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it.
Well, this offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Might as well run him again. Tackle is made at the 30-yard line after he picked up 4. Wanting to stop the clock on defense, they use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll have to navigate the rest of this game without being able to stop the clock. This is as big a play as we've had in this game. 3rd down and 3. Caught on the RPO. They will stop him short, and the defense trying to keep him alive.
this is one of those unique situations in a game as a head coach. You're trying to feel the momentum, and what's your confidence in your quarterback, because you've got fourth, you're in field goal range, but you've got the weapons to get one more completion and ice this thing. So do you kick the field goal or do you go for it?
On the option. He'll toss it. He steps out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Big pickup on the ground, and they're rolling.
And this defense has to be so disciplined. Like, you just got to understand, I can't all go for the quarterback. And too much attention on the quarterback. We didn't play the pitch really well. That's why this offense is really hard to stop.
The shot that clears kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues.
Nice first down defense. Great job being physical, understanding the chances of run or high. They come up, they get the back on the ground, forcing a second down and long situation.
Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
And not a surprise by this offense, right? This is a game management type situation. I want to run the football. I want to run the clock. The clock is my friend with the lead. Late in the fourth quarter, inside of a minute, I'm going to keep this ground game going and make you have to look at that clock continue to tick.
They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. He caught it, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Coastal Carolina. That's what finishing the deal looks like. Build the lead in the fourth quarter and close in on 11 straight victories. And the extra point is up and good, and they have an 11-point fourth quarter lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. James Madison sends the offense back onto the field. A rather unproductive series last time, 3 and out, and they'll try to do better this time around. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking for a man, it's Coleman. Throws to the wideout. Complete in the middle. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
I know one of the things this offense takes a lot of pride in the passing game is they feel like they can attack every area of the field. They have success when they throw it outside, but they're really good throwing to the middle of the field too. Quarterback has confidence. There's really good timing in this passing game, and you saw it right there between the QB and his intended target, getting that big catch.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection this time. It's complete to the left. Could not make his way to the corner. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that third down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, pressure's coming. Got his man. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 41 after the good gain there.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the first down, you get out of bounds, you're working the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
Caught. A solid pickup, and he goes out of bounds at the 30. And the Dukes come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Fresh set of downs going up top. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. Second down, gonna throw it. Rushes on. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Trying to pick up a first down. On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. He's going to throw deep right side. And just too much on that pass. Too high, too wide, out of bounds and incomplete. Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. Looking to throw, it's Coleman. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. All business today for this ball club. They come out and they get the win.
And that's all that matters. It's not always pretty. You don't always do everything you want to do or check all the boxes. But at the end of the game, Jesse, you want that W.
No doubt about it. They made the plays they needed to make in order to get this win. I thought the quarterback showed tremendous poise, good leadership throughout the course of the game. Defense made stops when they had to make them. So, right, there were some things that are going to need to clean up moving forward, but ultimately they were the better team today.
This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis saying goodbye, everybody.